Okay, let's try this again. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Here I'm talking. I realize I'm muted. I apologize for that. Okay, how's the sound now? It's a little bit better than last week. We had a lot of echo last week. It seems to be okay this week, as I understand it. If somebody can maybe just chime in there, let me know. Any echoes this tonight? No, sounds okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much. Good sound. Good. All around good. Okay, good. 5 out of 5. Okay, good. All right. Good evening again. And last week we had a little issue there with some echo, but I see it's solved now, resolved, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, a lot of people joining us here. Folks, come on in, gang. Just wait a second or two here. Meanwhile, I'll tell you a bit of housekeeping here. Well, first of all, this is being recorded, so you'll be getting a chance to view the recording later on. We're also on YouTube Live, and also, folks, listen. If I speak too fast, just tell me, and I will slow down and say the different words or whatever. I don't want to lose anybody. At the same time, I don't want to speak too slow where I lose you because of that. So also, if you are new to trading, just push up there if you're new. I just want to know if you're new to trading or whatever. If you are new to trading, and we do say things here that you might not understand, don't worry about it. We're all good, and I'm not going to talk about any technical stuff here tonight. But if you are new to trading, let me know, and then maybe later on, if there's a lot of you, then I can go over some, it's like a primer, okay? Because I don't want to kind of leave anybody behind on this either. So, all right, so we can talk a little bit about the weekend review, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to just go over right now. Let's get started, folks. Let's get started. Here we go. Record the button. And good evening again. Welcome to DayTradeSPY.com's Week-In-Review. And my name is Hugh, and Aaron's going to be joining us later on, I believe. We're going to check it out. Sunday, July the 30th. Sunday, July the 30th today. So here's the disclaimer. Give you a chance to just read this over here, and keeps the lawyers busy. Just know that you alone are responsible for all your own trading. Past performance does not guarantee future results. And that's what we do. We don't give recommendations. All right. We don't tell you what to trade or what to buy or sell, but simply receiving information for educational purposes. That's what you're doing by attending this webinar, okay? Again, you alone are responsible for all your own trading. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Charts that I show you, courtesy of TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, and also Tastyworks. All right, let's move along here, folks. I think you got a chance that week in review. There I am. It is me live in color. And I don't know if that's, I'm going to try to put some lights on here. Maybe you can see better. I know I've got the light on in the background there. Maybe I might have to close the drapes. Bear with me while I maybe can show you some better, get some better lighting in here. How's this? A little bit better? I think I'm going to close the drapes in the back, and that'll put more light on the subject here, right? So I think just have to go through this. There we go. That might be a little bit better. All right, let's get started. Good to have you all here. All right, there's the questions box again. For any questions and comments you might have, please use the questions box. That's what it's there for. And just gotta give you, we don't have this contest here. We gotta get rid of this. Sorry. That contest was last week. It's all gone. We had a little contest there. Okay, so what we're going to talk about here today is a bit of an introduction. We're going to take a look at the weekend review and to look at next week, and a little bit of a fireside chat and how we can help. All right. So in the meantime, I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions here, at least one question right now. Would you be able to join us daily, 10:20 to about 10:30, 11 o'clock, some days on a chat line? The answer is yes, no, sometimes, maybe. Depends what we're dealing with, right? Please put in the questions box. Just curious to see if you can join us. Okay, a few maybes, lots of yeses. William says no. Hey, lots of yeses. Okay. All right, gives me an idea. Okay. Yes, William, I know you're in a different kind of a spot as far as your work and stuff is concerned. And I don't know if Aaron got back in touch with you about something maybe we can do, pick of the day or something. Anyway, hopefully. Paylene, most of the time, good to have you on. All right. Good. A little bit of a background of myself here. And I see Aaron is here. Good stuff. So I used to be with corporate America, ladies and gentlemen, a long time ago. Like a good salaried employee, I would hand off a lot of my money to my financial advisor. And then when he lost half of it, that's when I realized this is not going to work. I have to seize control of my own account, my future, my financial future, and learn how to do this myself. Quite unhappy with that arrangement. That's when I realized a couple things. First, that they were certainly working for. They had a different agenda than what I had. They weren't care. They didn't really. They weren't interested if I made money or not. I think they would have been happy if I did, but that was not their primary focus. I felt maybe my account wasn't big enough. Maybe I wasn't paying them the commissions. They're getting the commissions from somewhere else. Whatever reason, it wasn't working out. And I should have actually been on top of that a little more than I was. But I realized then how vulnerable I was to their whims, to their skills or lack thereof. So I figured I have to learn how to do this myself. I was quite comfortable with numbers, knew a little bit about risk, and I jumped right in and learned a few things. Now, I took a lot of courses, and I went to all those. Oh my gosh! Chances are, if it was out there, I took it. But one thing I actually learned a lot of stuff, mostly from the trenches trading. So everything I teach is from the trenches. I got deep down in the mud. And when I teach, I trade, and I trade what I teach. And the things I'm going to teach you are probably going to be different than what you're going to learn out there. Okay. So I make sure that what I teach you is the real stuff that works, not theory. All right. Theory is very nice, but the reality of trading is a little bit different. So this is the stuff that I teach. Anyway, long story short, I started making some pretty serious money on the markets. And then people started asking me, okay, Hugh, what are you doing? Would you win a lottery? How about if I give you money, you pay my lottery tickets or something? I said, no, I'm just day trading SPY options. Now, the long circuitous, is that the word? Path, it was not easy. All right. There's no straight line to success, folks. There's another lesson I learned. There's no straight line to success. It goes up and it goes down. Sometimes it goes down a lot before it comes back up. And it's trading is more a mental game than anything else. Another lesson I learned. Anyway, these are all things you're going to learn when you join in with us. But it all worked out very well. So when I started making money, I started teaching people. Started with the inner circle and training and trading room and all those things that we had done, including ebooks and videos and all kinds of stuff. So we are here, you are there, and right now I'm going to introduce you to my associate, my partner in crime. His name is Aaron. Aaron, are you there? Hi, Aaron.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Where are you tonight? Okay, I'm not sure you can hear us. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he went away for the weekend. He's probably chiming in on a cell phone or something from somewhere.
Yes.
There you are. Oh, okay, there you are. Nice,
Yeah,
loud
okay.
and clear. Okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, my name is Aaron Stevens. Yeah, I've been here with DayTradeSPY for almost a year now, and I'm so excited to be here. And thank you everybody for joining us tonight. My background is I first started learning about stocks and trading when I was 13 in the middle school library. Actually, started reading up on stocks, stock prices, and just got really interested in it. That was back when Priceline. You might have heard of that stock. Netflix was pretty low, but I got into it. I opened up a trading account. Started trading a joint account when I was 17, and then I got into that, and I traded for quite a bit until the dot-com bubble burst. After that, I took a little bit of a break, and then I started getting into Forex, and I read all the books, all the major books that you could think of, financial, technical analysis of financial markets, technical analysis of stock trends, and I taught myself, how to trade. I looked at all the charts. I looked at different, trading simulators and different things like that. I put in hours and hours and a lot of time into looking at the markets. And I ended up studying on my own the Series 3 exam, which is a commodity broker exam. 7.
We have some sound issues, Aaron. Okay, there's coming
Yeah.
back.
Okay. Yeah. So
Not
33, and then I went on to work for a institution for. I worked for a $140 million institution. So, yep. And I've been here trading with you ever since.
okay. Sounds good. Yeah, the little sound issue. I think maybe it's just me or my speakers, but you're cutting in and out of there a little bit. So, where are you right now, Aaron? Where are you located here? I think you went away for the weekend, right, or something? You took off a little bit, or?
Yeah. I'm coming out of a park, Cunningham Falls State Park here in Maryland. So sorry about that for a little bit of a sound issue. You're gonna I'll probably be out of here in about 5 minutes.
No problem, Aaron. And you know what? I'm glad actually about that. I'm glad you're really enjoying it, because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about lifestyle. And that's kind of what I want to talk about a little bit later on too. I know Aaron is enjoying an amazing lifestyle. He likes to travel on the weekends, take his family out different places. He said at the end of the day, I believe that it's those memories you're going to make that you're going to take with you. And these are the things you're going to be talking about, when you're older and you're kind of, you don't have that ability to travel too much anymore. You have these moments to look back into and say, remember when, and we did all these wonderful things. And I know trading facilitates a lot of that. Now, little off script here. I know that when they came out with these COVID regulations and unable to go to work, remember when they closed down businesses and they closed down travel and going to restaurants and all these crazy things because of COVID? You have to work from home. We were 10 years ahead of the curve on that one. We were trading from home long before this was an issue. So there's nothing new for us. And one of the beauties about trading, and let me know if you are new on, if you're new to trading, folks, just put in the questions box. I know that most of you are probably very familiar with trading, but I see some very new names on here I haven't seen before. And I can just imagine there are probably some new people who are new to trading options. But I can tell you that this is just awesome. A lot of people online here today. Good, really cool. Yeah, so I mean, I can tell you that trading really facilitates a lifestyle that I love. I absolutely love, because I can do what I want when I want, with whoever I want. I enjoy some things in life that are very, you might find they're kind of boring these days, maybe, this time of my life, but this is what I enjoy doing. A little bit of travel, not as much as sometimes I want, but I enjoy where I am. I'm in a very beautiful place right now. And in fact, we're in our beach house right now. Just outside behind me, I've got this gorgeous beach. And I enjoy, some water sports. I also enjoy, flying, Oshkosh these days. I didn't get over there this year, but that's okay. I enjoy, we enjoy just a lot of things. Hanging out with the grandkids, had everybody over yesterday. We're out at the beach and out at the pool and stuff, and just really enjoying life. And with trading, you can trade whenever you want, wherever you want, as much or as little as you want. There's no more punching a clock. You don't have a boss. You don't have anybody that you have to report to. You can, with trading, you can make up your own rules if you want and follow them if you want. If you don't, completely wide open. And one of the beauties of what we can do is exactly that. And as bad as things can be out there, and as bad and corrupt as you can see the, governments and different things and around the world, there's one thing that we have that I'm actually thankful for every day, and that is the fact that we still have that ability to trade. And as long as we have that, we can actually set a very nice lifestyle for ourselves. And I love that. You can actually start with a little bit of money. You don't even need a whole lot of money. You do need some seed capital. I'm not going to kid you. A few $1,000s will get you started. If you were to say open any other business out there, you'd have to have a lot of money. With trading, you don't have to have that. You've got yourself a computer already. Obviously, you're here. A good internet connection. Basically, a little bit of money for for say training or whatever. You can actually get going with not that much money. And I was talking to people. I mean, I talk to people all the time, and some of the stories I hear, you need, if you want to start a restaurant, you're talking about, I don't know, $1 million or something. If you want a chain, oh my gosh, forget it. You're pooling all your friends, family monies and everything together to get a chain, chain restaurant or something, or even a small mom and pop operation. You need a lot of money. And then you got to worry about labor. You got to find labor these days, and that's a tough one. You have to worry about it. Food that's going to expire, and you have to worry about your labor board and your fire department, and any of these outfits can close you down in a heartbeat. Anyway, I don't have to tell you how much risk there is in doing something like that. But with trading, it's not quite as bad as that. Okay, not as bad as that at all. In fact, I absolutely love it. All right. So my next question to you is, do you have any seed money that you can actually utilize to trade? And that's my next question here. Yes, no, maybe if I sell my spouse or kids or one of my Barbie dolls. Anybody see the new Barbie movie yet? This thing apparently is just knocking them out of the park. Gross sales of what? Oh my gosh, what, 500 million last I heard. It's just open for a few days. Anybody see this Barbie movie? I don't know. Ralph, you saw the Barbie movie? I don't know. I talked to my wife. She said she wants to go see it. So, well, you're gonna have to find somebody to go see it with. But I said the kids movie, isn't it?
No,
And I'm hearing
I tried to go see the Barbie movie, but all the tickets were sold out. So I went to Mission Impossible 7 instead, which I think was probably better than anything than the Barbie movie is. But that's funny.
I know they say it's not a kids movie. Okay, maybe I'll go see it. I don't know.
Yeah, they make a Barbie movie for adults.
Oh Lord, are we at that stage now? A Barbie movie for adults, yeah. And what's the other one I want to see? Oppenheimer, I think is the other one I want to see. I want to see these. So it's funny because most of the time it's very dry for movies. You don't get a lot of good movies, but all of a sudden now we've got 3 or 4 or 5 movies that are supposed to be really, really good. So we have to get out and see some of these movies here. But anyway, all right. If you have any old Barbies sitting around, I think they're worth a lot of money, folks. I think they're worth a lot of money. Aaron, I got to tell you, the other day I stumbled on something that if you have any of these records, they're worth a lot of money. And I just flipped through it and I thought, you know what? I am so sorry I got rid of my old record collection from many, many years ago. It's probably worth a fortune now. Who was to know? Who was to know? Anyway, doesn't matter. You can't look at those things. All right. Sometimes, you never know what's going to, wow. Okay. All right. Relax, Susan. We are starting right now. This is the chat. This is the beachside chat. We're going to be talking a little bit later on. I want to know what your experiences with training courses, what you're paying. I want to know what your goals are. How is your current trading going? What your concerns are? Do you have any concerns over inflation or high interest rates? Are you willing to put in the work? Let me know that. Okay, because we're going to be talking about some of this stuff. Phil says he was in a G.I. Joe and Star Wars back in the day. All right, no problem. Okay, Ralph says, over the years, you taught me most of what I know about trading. Anyway, we like to chat it up, folks. It's Sunday nights, kind of like a fireside. It's not a fireside, it's a beachside chat. And I know some of you just don't want, I want to learn. Like you're going to learn everything. Just so you don't waste your time, I don't want you to think that you're going to look at these Sunday night webinars and suddenly you're going to become a great trader. Just being honest with you here. We do talk a little bit about it, but you really kind of leading up to what you really should be doing if you want to become a great trader. And that's kind of what we're all about here. All right. So what happened the week in review? This is what the chart looked like. And let's just expand this a little bit here, stretch it out a little bit here. On Monday, we had a flash manufacturing PMI report. It was positive, and the services PMI report was negative. They netted out as a bit of a rally on the market, fueled by earnings mostly, and mostly in anticipation of Microsoft and Google that was coming out the next day. The next day came out, and even though they reported their earnings, moved SPY north. Couple points by the closing bell. Consumer confidence came in as well, better than expected. They pushed it through some pretty strong resistance at 456 on Tuesday, which was actually a very strong resistance level. Okay, very strong resistance level. And so we're pushing up into territory we haven't seen since, excuse me, since spring of 2022. However, the main attraction for the week was the Fed funds rate, and that was on Wednesday, 2 o'clock. We tested 454 as we pulled back a little bit on that one. Then it shot up when they gave us a 25 basis point hike, followed by at least talk about a pause for a little while, buoyed by Meta earnings. Meta, Facebook earnings came out as well. Market shot up again. Okay, so there's a little nervousness about interest rates on Wednesday, but I think things are settled now, and they pretty well reiterated that they're going to be watching inflation, keeping an eye on it. A little concerned that the labor market is still a little too hot, but something they can live with. But we're going to keep an eye on if inflation flares up again, then I think they're going to be increasing rates probably at least one more time this year. By Thursday, we had some serious profit taking as the market shot up here several points. Came off a high not seen since March of last year, and then we just had a lot of profit taking, dropped down 7 points to close out. Actually, we touched under 452 on Thursday. By Friday, we had a pretty good recovery already. Came back up quite a few points on this one here, fueled mostly by earnings, favorable economic news as well. SPY returned to yesterday's range, Thursday's range, to settle just under 457 by day's end as we continue on with earnings right now. Week in review, let's take a look here. Let's see, the S&P is up year to date, believe it or not, over 19%. NASDAQ almost 37%, and the Dow's up 7% year to date. Pretty good recession, huh? Right. So moves are higher, sparked by enthusiasm around artificial intelligence. Recently, we got a little trifecta there of macro trends, pushing SPY levels not seen since last spring. That trifecta is the U.S. Fed Reserve and other global central banks may be nearing the end of their rate hikes. Inflation continues to moderate and growth remains resilient with no major recession in sight. That slow or the soft landing seems to be pretty good over there. July's increase may possibly be the last for this year. Interest rate cuts are not likely until next year, as Fed Chair Powell says. Kind of just trailed off on that one. I'll just write claims in here. Okay. And inflation came off its peak. CPI, believe it or not, was 9.1% a year ago, right down to 3% now, year over year. And that's really pretty good. And the current rate of 5.5% expected to drop by another 5%. That is the inflation that we're talking about there. Okay. That's the week in review. So take a look at the seasonal charts here. Let's just stretch this one out as well. All right, seasonal charts. We looked here and we talked about last week when we had a rise of about 3 points. Seasonally, we are looking at a fairly flat week to come. Okay. So that's kind of where we're looking at. Now, for those who don't know, this is a seasonal chart. What that means is SPY is that blue line. That's where SPY is right now. That red line is a composite of the last 5 years closing balance on the daily charts. And didn't go up much. I think it might be up a buck or something. Not really a whole lot. So that's kind of what it is. Looking forward in the next week. Well, Monday we got a Chicago PMI report. Earnings include Lowe's, Western Digital, Zoom. Tuesday we got a PMI report, manufacturing PMI report, also Jolt's job openings. Earnings, we've got Merck, Pfizer, AMD, Starbucks, Caterpillar, Marathon Oil, and Marriott International. And on Wednesday, we got some employment numbers, oil inventories, kind of a relatively quiet day on Wednesday as well. Earnings, Qualcomm, CVS, Shopify, PayPal, Humana, MetLife, among others, Johnson Controls, Kraft Heinz, Emerson Electric. And on Thursday we have unemployment claims and an ISM, Institute for Supply Management Services, PMI. Earnings include Apple, Amazon, ConocoPhillips, bookings. What was in that? The old, what was bookings.com? I just sent it.
Priceline.com. Name your own price.
Name your own price. Yeah, that was kind of a crazy concept, wasn't it? I never really took advantage of that. I tried and never really sort of got my price. I think a couple times I might have ended up paying more than what I should have, but that was me. Let's see, get your leads, Striker, Airbnb, Cine Group, International Exchange. And that's the way things are. Friday, unemployment earnings. We got some employment earnings there, non-farm employment change, unemployment rates, and earnings include Berkshire Hathaway, CBOE. That's for Friday. So, all right, the bottom line, folks, I'm looking to see increased volatility Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Wednesday and Friday probably going to be pretty tame. Expect a rise in SPY's earnings roll in, especially Thursday with Apple and Amazon reporting. I think if those earnings come in, and by the way, those earnings are actually going to be probably pretty good if they were anything like prior years. Okay, because seasonally, both Amazon and Apple did rise during this period. So if it's anything like prior years, I think you're going to see a rise in SPY then. And again, they both show season rises. Economic news is going to dominate Monday through Wednesday and also on Friday. So we're going to see what happens then. All right, that's the way we see the markets, the way I see the markets anyway. I know, Aaron, if you see it that way too, and your long-term predictions, do you have anything sort of in mind on that, Aaron? Or I know you haven't sort of putting you on the spot. I'm sure you didn't do any analysis, but if you have anything, let me know. What do you think?
Yeah, just major resistance between 459 to 462 is the next level up. So just be confident, or sorry, just be contextually just be aware of that, and that the market could possibly stay in this area or be stagnant for a little while. So just an idea.
Okay, sounds good. Folks, there are many opportunities that the market gives us every single day. That's how we don't get excited if we miss one or two, because if we miss one, it's okay. Just relax. The market's going to come back. Going to give you another opportunity a little bit later on. So I think it's really important to understand that. And this way you don't get excited just because, you missed one. And sometimes there's some real strong moves that we do miss. And I know it's kind of frustrating when you're watching it and you can't get in, or you for whatever reason, but it's the way it is. So but we show you how to spot these opportunities, right? This is what we show you. So all right, I want to tell you a little bit about the trading room. That's really what we're all about here. The trading room. Every now and then, I know that sometimes if you're sitting on the fence, you need a little push. I can appreciate how people want to always, well, I'm not really sure. I have to think about it. I have to, is this really something for me? Is it worth the cost? How much is, you got a million questions there. And I'm reminded of some things that I'm just so happy with, that whoever was there and sort of knew better than I did, knew me, knew what I would sort of really want. They pushed me off the fence, and and it was a good thing. Case in point, I'll tell you, I'd been dating my girlfriend for quite some time, and many years ago, and I remember she had the conversation. She said, "Listen, where are we going?" I said, "Well, I don't know. I'm okay. Are you?" No, I kind of want to get married, and if I don't get married, if we don't get married, then let me know and I'll look for somebody else who's sort of at that point in their life. We can still be friends. Aaron, you ever have a woman say to you, "Let's be friends"? The worst three words.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have, unfortunately.
The worst three words you can hear. "Let's be friends." I said, no. Okay, so we got married. And it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me, because now, okay, let's solidify this relationship, pool our resources, and let's move forward and create a life. And you both benefit. Synergy, you both benefit. So sometimes when I talk about, jumping in on this trading room, I know that when I told a lot of people this, and they said, "I'm so glad you told me to do this, Hugh. I'm so glad." I was hesitant. I didn't know if I should, and there's a million reasons why I didn't, and they say to me, the words I hear things like, I wish I'd have done it sooner. I hear this a lot. I wish I'd have jumped in on the sooner. I would have been so much further ahead. Folks, let me tell you a little bit about our teaching. These are actually teaching moments. First of all, this is moderated by Aaron and myself. And together we have, oh my gosh, I would say we have what, over 40 years trading experience on the markets.
Yeah, we have over 40 years.
And we come from completely different directions. So it's not like, 1 year, 40 times, but we have 40 plus years. I don't recall exactly when I started. It's not like one day I think I'm going to be a trader and all of a sudden I'm a trader, I dabbled in this many years ago, and I started with stocks and looked at, Forex futures, different things, options on companies, looked at sectors and looking at different things, following the big boys, following insider trading, following the different things. But it was much later when I discovered that day trading, SPY options, is what really fit well for me. That's what really kind of hooked me, and I really understood it. And and you don't even have to understand it 100%. All you have to do is just understand a little bit better than the next guy. It's kind of like the two hunters. They're out there hunting for a bear, and they find a bear, but they get scared and they start running away. The bear's chasing them. The one hunter looks at, yells over at the other one, "Oh my gosh, we're never going to outrun this bear." Well, the other hunter yells back, "I'm not trying to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you." Right. And that's kind of the way it is with this. They say 95 to 98% of the people drop out of this business within the first year of trading because they blow up their accounts. They lose their money. They don't know what they're doing, and they shy away. But if you stick with it, you learn a few things and you get better at it. Eventually you get a little bit better and a little bit better, and you stop doing those things that don't work and you start doing more of those things that do work. And before you know it, you're actually, you're doing very well. And that's kind of what it's all about. So we took all these lessons, and I know Aaron and I I think we've learned from our mistakes over the years. Aaron's into the longer term, deeper dive analysis using indicators that probably many of you, if most of you, have not even heard of. And yet, it comes out with these brilliant predictions that work by long shots. So when Aaron comes out with a prediction, I think the market's going to go up. Here's the level, 456 or 462 or whatever you say, Aaron. You could probably pretty much bank on that. And then when I come out with my set of indicators, I say, I think the market's going to go up and here's why, and I tell you the reasons why. So when you have two of us from completely different directions telling you the market's going to go up, it's probably a good idea to buy call options because the market's probably going to go up. And I know that those people that, that buy those call options do very, very well as a rule. So I think that's pretty cool. Folks, we moderate this every morning, 9:20 to 10:30 Eastern time, where strategies come alive. That's exactly what they are. You're going to learn and earn from the best. These are interactive, exciting trading. I was never one to blow my own horn on stuff. That's why they call me Humble Hugh, Aaron. You know that? My friends call me Humble Hugh. I call myself Humble Hugh, but I don't like to blow. But people say to Hugh, you should tell people you just took $2,000 and turned it into $10,000, and you didn't even make a big deal of it. Well, we do this every day. In 3 months, that's exactly what we did. We just finished up here early in July. We started mid-April. Our goal was to have from $2,000 to turn it into $10,000 by mid-July. We actually beat it in about a week in advance. And people say, this is a big thing. And I said, well, this is stuff we do every day. It's not that big of a deal. And by the way, we're going to do it again. And those of you who are going to be in the trading room are going to watch it happen again. You can obviously trade along with us. You can actually scale it up if you want. If you want to start with, say, 20,000 and turn it into 100,000, or however you want to do it. But it's going to be pretty cool. Our sessions are interactive. They're interactive in that you can actually chime in just like this with the question and answer box. Get in there, right, and ask us questions, and we answer them. Who else does that? Aaron, is there any other trading room that does this? I don't know. I don't track them. Maybe you know some, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know. So, and I guess I should probably tell you that over the years, in the beginning years, I've been in different trading rooms, and I always sort of took the best and left off the worst. We're not a coffee club. We're not there all day, every day, 9 to 4. We're not going to monopolize your day. We're not going to have it a wide open mic where people can just chime in and say whatever they want. It's not a Discord. It's not a drop-in center or anything like that. These are events. They're events designed to review the news of the day, what is going to move the markets, how do we perceive the market is unfolding the rest of the day, how are we going to go in and make some serious money on the market every single day. And that's what we do. And you want to learn, that's all I have to do is just ask some questions in the in the chat box. Aaron and I are the ones to see it, so you can go ahead and ask whatever you want. Not a problem. That's what we do. We endeavor to teach you. That's what we do. We teach what we trade, and we trade what we teach. So we're not just giving you a lot of theory here. We don't give you theory. In fact, you're going to learn from us. In fact, you're going to learn from our mistakes as well as the good things that we do. You can either do what we do, or do what your own thing, but whatever you want to do. You can watch us make real trades on real setups using real money. That's what we do. Again, questions, get them answered in real time. And I believe we have the longest running trading room since 2010. We're in our 14th year. I don't know of any other trading room that has gone as long as it has theirs. So, all right, folks. So we checked with the bosses here, all right, the other day. And we got the okay, because what we want to do was, because I know there are a lot of new people online, what we want to do is say, listen, we want to give more training. So we're extending our summer hour sessions on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, all the way to 11 o'clock. Now, you might not think that extra half hour is pretty good, but it is a lot, but it's actually pretty good. In fact, this last week we did this, we opened it up, and we had a lot of great questions. We addressed different issues, and we talk about, say, setting up Thinkorswim. Anything you want to kind of go over in greater detail, we go over that. And this is all part of the whole trading room that you're going to get, okay? And I think that's really, really exciting. Regular sessions end at 10:30. We go 9:20 to 10:30, and these sessions are going to facilitate some more training so that nobody gets left behind. And we're pretty happy that the bosses said, yeah, okay, you can do that. He said, okay, you can do that. So that's what we're all excited about. I guess my question to you is, can you afford not to subscribe? Aaron, does this look like you at all, or no? I don't, maybe not. I don't know, kind of in a way.
Oh, well, I think we decided that looks like Jim in customer service. That's a doppelganger for Jim.
Yeah, that's what it is. I thought it looked familiar. That's Jim to a T. Folks, the cost here is $699 for 3 months. Are you kidding me? Not even a Subway sandwich lunch for one of us, not even both of us, one of us, for world-class teachers, mentors, coaches, what do you want to call us? We're here for you. Now, of course, the question is going to be, why would you bother even doing this if you're making money in the market? Why won't you just trade and make money and forget about it? Well, Aaron, I can speak on my behalf. When I feel like it's a calling, I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy teaching. Gets me out of the house, keeps me sharp, keeps my cognitive skills sharp. It's what I love to do. And I get a real thrill when people come back to me and say, oh my gosh, I just made a lot of money. Thank you so much. You're so good. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, not just that. I mean, you're making a difference in people's lives, and you're changing, the financial, health of families, so you're making a difference in the world. And instead of just trading on your own alone in your house, and just making all the money for yourself, you're teaching other people how to fish, and that's the most important thing.
I think so. And I think that trading is a lonely endeavor. If you're trading by yourself, there you are sitting there, oh my gosh, okay, am I doing this right? Do I have all the information? Am I making the right decisions? Could I have made more? I had one gentleman years ago, he said to me, I don't know if I got this or not. I got 88. I said to Kevin was his name. I don't even know if he's on. Maybe he's on. I know he still checks in with us every now and then. Let me just real quick here. I don't think he's on tonight. But he's telling me, he says, I'm not really sure if I understand it or not. I think you took the course and all that. I said, well, Kevin, how are you doing? How's your trading going? He said, well, I have 88 in a row that worked well. I said, what? 88 in a row? I can tell you that most traders don't do that well. And congratulations, that you're obviously you've learned it very well. But he didn't know. It's like, we should have issued him a diploma or a certificate or something that says you're an expert trader now. And he's pretty excited when I told him that. I should tell you, a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, took a course years ago from some doctor, somebody or other. And back in those days, he offered 10 10 courses for $5,000. And that, of course, these were 10 telephone calls, 1 hour telephone calls. And they covered the gamut on all kinds of stuff. It wasn't focused like we are. They're talking about, so one call would have been on straight calls and puts, what are options. Another call would have been on covered calls, another one on married puts, another one on straddles, and all of this. And he paid $5,000 thinking that he was going to become an expert trader. And I said, my goodness, you paid $5,000 for that. And did you learn anything? He said, I could have taught the course. I was, wasted. So there you go. Folks, I'm just throwing this one up here. This is just a sample. We get this all the time, and I could do this all night long. I could show you my trades all week, but I'm not here to kind of brag about, my trades. I did very well this last week. But here's a comment from somebody, from Phil. He just chimed in here. I just kind of grabbed this, moments before the session here tonight, just to show you. He bought 460 calls on July the 17th for 72 cents. Sold them yesterday. And I think this came in, I think he held them for, Aaron, I think he's held them for a couple of days based on your prediction, if I'm not mistaken, on this particular one. Take a look at this. Sold it for $1.18. He picked up 63% on this. Thanks for your guidance, guys. We get this all the time. This is just an example. Folks, I mentioned it's about lifestyle. All right, it's about lifestyle. Let me tell you here. Earlier today, I had the pleasure of going to see something I kind of wanted to see for days now. Living in the Western New York, Buffalo area, New York, we have this Pierce Arrow car museum. The Pierce Arrow, this is a classic car. This is the car you see in all the old gangster movies, And it was like the luxurious car of the day. The presidents had them, all the celebrities had them. Kings, queens, they all drove these Pierce Arrows. And in this museum right now, we actually have this one car on display. It's called the Thomas Flyer. Now, I know it's got nothing to do with trading, and somebody's going to say, "Oh, teach me how to trade." That's why I'm here. But this is all part of the whole lifestyle that I'm trying to tell you. So today they had this gentleman there who was the great grandson of the driver of this Thomas Flyer. This car actually made history back in, I think it was 1908. And they drove this car. It was witnessed by a crowd of 250,000 people. And it started at Times Square, New York. And it drove out west to California, up to Alaska, crossed the ocean, picked up Asia, Europe, and I think it was like 41 days later or something, it won the race and under the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. And in this race, there was the American car, the Thomas Flyer. They had a car from Germany, another one from Italy, and I think 3 from France or something. So the other cars, I don't even know if anybody else made it, quite honestly, but it's actually a really interesting story. And this gentleman here, he was there talking about it. And that is the picture I'm showing you there. That is the car, the real car. It's still around. It came back, and it's quite the story and how the car made it through. And don't forget, 1908, they didn't have any roads. And it started in the winter, in February. So it was quite the endeavor. But I mean, you're not here to talk about that. But my point here is that there I am shaking hands with this gentleman earlier this afternoon. I bought the book. Here's the book. It's signed and autographed. And the point is this. We're talking about lifestyle here, okay? Lifestyle. And that's kind of the point I'm trying to make here, that when you're a trader, you can actually do these things. We went out for a really nice dinner, and then we went over to the museum, and I just, life is good. I can honestly say I'm not pressured by work. I'm not pressured by family issues, because money, I think, has a way of really applying a lot of pressure on people and all that kind of stuff. And when you have money, or you have I shouldn't even say it, but when you have the ability to go and make money as needed, almost like going back to shake the money tree in your backyard, and I'm simplifying it obviously, but when you have that ability, it really removes a lot of that weight off your shoulders, you know. I know a lot of times my wife will say, well, let's go away for a week or two, and or let's take a cruise or whatever, you know. It's okay, fine, no problem. And I'll just go to the market and make a few bucks. And I said, well, okay, well, I just made the 3 or 4 or 5,000, whatever we need for this weekend away. And it's kind of like that. And Aaron, I suspect you're doing the same, because I know just about every weekend you're gone somewhere. You know, you go all over the place. And you
Yeah, I mean, I travel. I go to the beach. Well, it's just because it's summertime. You know, during the winter, I'm not as active. But I'm 3 hours from the beach. I'm 2 hours from the mountains, and I'm an hour or hour and a half away from the bay. So I like to swim in nature a lot. It helps me relax. It helps me to unwind. Some people like to go bicycling. To me, bicycling is a pretty dangerous sport because the way people are driving these days. So I like to go outside, like to go hiking, like to go, swim outside in nature. I don't necessarily like to go to a bleach-filled swimming pool. So today we went out to the largest waterfall in Maryland, and got to swim in a large, beautiful lake, and had a good time. So yeah, if you're talking about lifestyle, yeah, you can have that, by trading and by learning about the markets, by understanding what's going on, by following us in the trading room. He was talking about earlier about some of my predictions. I mean, we predicted this last thrust up into resistance a week and a half ago, and then live in the trading room earlier this week. I don't know if it was Wednesday, I think it was. We predicted the drop as it happened. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. We predicted the drop as it happened, and there was a lot of people that in the trading room that were live that made money with us. So, and it filled the gap, I think, from 459.50 to 454 and lower. And that's what we talked about is possibly happening later on in the day. And it did exactly, the drop that happened did exactly as we talked about. So, join us. And if you're an old subscriber, come on board. We're doing a lot of great things, and we have some good improvements that are coming along, as well as some motions and other things that are coming on soon. So, yeah.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of stuff that's coming online that those people in the trading room are going to actually find out first, and I'm very excited about it. I can't even contain myself half the time on that, but we're going to be talking about that later on as it comes up. So you're going to want to get in on that. Anyway, that's kind of what it's all about. And I think at this point, I'm just going to sort of take some questions. If you have any questions, please put them up in the questions box, because I know that I like to answer the questions and this whole lifestyle thing. And I know, by the way, I talked to a lot of people. I haven't for many years, and I know some people they take the money and they do very good philanthropy kind of things. Where they donate a lot of money to different causes. They like to do stuff like that. They help out their kids' education, or one gentleman helped his son out buy a house. Him and his daughter-in-law, like my friend, not my friend, my a client, and like his son and the son's wife. Anyway, just kind of stumbling through all that, but there's a lot of things you can do with the money, obviously, and just enjoy it. I know a lot of people like to just simply buy things and enjoy that extra income, even if it's say an extra $1,000 a week. That's fairly easy to do, and you don't need a lot of money. By the way, most of the money I trade now, most of the investments I did, anywhere from between, I would say, $2,000 to $4,000 a trade, and I walk away before 10:30, 11 o'clock quite often with hundreds of dollars, $1,000, $1,200, just trading that little bit of money. If I really want to focus and pay attention, I put more money into it, or I just trade more often, and I end up making a lot more money. So it's all depending on what you want to do. So let's take a look at some of these questions here. Again, there's a questions box. You can just punch up your questions in that. Do we have to use Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim? No, you can use whatever platform you want. We do use TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim because of their superior charts and indicators, and you can configure them. So we have a little configuration on that. If you can apply those indicators to whatever platform you're using, and if you are using something that's got pretty good response with the charts, you don't want to use anything that's delayed in any way or crowded with anything else that we use. But no, you can use whatever charts you want. We use Thinkorswim, so that's sort of the standard that we base ours on. I also trade off Tasty Trade. I like Tasty Trade because they're outstanding commission and just the speed of execution. Now, Tasty Trade and Thinkorswim written by the same people, so you have this amazing program that really serves the trader. They're both traders and computer programmers, so they know what they're doing. I also like Tasty Trade because if I have any questions at all, they're very responsive in that way. So I think that's really important that you're aligned with the trader. And of course, commissions are very important too. All right, so you want to make sure you have a really good. I can't think of a better commission structure than with Tasty. $1 a contract to open a position, $0 to close, plus a couple of cents for exchange fees, up to a maximum of $10. So if I want to trade 100 contracts, my commission is only $10. How cool is that? Next question in here. Do you offer any alert service where we can just follow your lead? Not yet, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. There is something in the chute, something in the pipeline, and those people in the trading room are going to find out first and foremost everything that happens with us. Another question. What if we just follow you? Can we expect the same great results? All right, so my recommendation, instead of just following us blindly, all right, you want to learn. You want to learn what we're doing, because when you understand what we're doing, you're going to be able to make educated decisions without us even being there. And sometimes, if you kind of want to learn exactly the setups and different things. I think that's really important. That's what we do, is we teach. Now, some people do simply follow us, but I think that we all have different capitalizations. That's going to affect your profitability. We have different risk tolerances. I might be okay with seeing a drop of 30-40% and then repairing the trade later if I so choose, or even taking a bit of a loss. You might not be okay with that. We have different understandings of the system. Don't forget, I've been doing this for many, many years. And we also have even a different interpretation of the market. I can show you a chart and say, is it going up or down? Well, if I look at the candle at hand, the 1 minute candle, it might be going up. If I look at a 5 minute chart, I can see, well, there's a downward trend. If I look at a 30-minute chart, well, there's an upward trend. So we might even have different interpretations of the market at the time. And that's why we like to teach you. Now, you can follow us, and if you do follow us, the answer is yes, you're going to see the same results as we are. As a matter of fact, a lot of people were following us on the $2,000 to $10,000 challenge, and a lot of people made a lot of serious money in the market, and they're all very ecstatic over that. So the answer obviously is yes. Yes, you can. And are you going to expect the same results? Now, I should also tell you that there's some people that are doing much, much better than we are. All right. I think, Aaron, there's one gentleman, John S. He's so fast. He's in, he's out, he's in, he's out. He's scalping like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 cents, and he's in and he's out. And by the end of the session, this guy's got like a lot of money in his pot of gold there with the way he sees the markets. Like, he's really, really good. And there's definitely some real advantages to what we're doing here. Another question here: discuss your trades before placing them. That's what it's all about, folks. As a rule, we do talk about what we are interested in trading. Now, admittedly, sometimes I jump the gun. I say, you know what, I'm jumping into this, and I'll explain to you why after I buy it. I don't plan on doing it that way because I want to explain to you exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But if I see an opportunity for myself, I'm going to just jump in and take it. But you're going to, over time, learn everything that we do. And as a rule, we do discuss what we are interested in trading so that, you can actually follow along, or at least you'll know why we are trading what we're trading. So that's kind of the idea there. And again, it's at the end of the day, it's just making enough money to live the lifestyle that you really want to live. And that's really what it's all about. And it's also a lot of fun. And I got a comment here too, who is from there was one gentleman who was actually in the trading. He says, and it is a lot of fun. So I don't know if you want to add to that, Aaron. That's kind of it for me. I don't know if there's any other questions up on the board here.
No, I mean, I do want to say that, we do have a lot of fun in the trading room as well. It's not just we're just in there, not talking about anything. We talk about different subjects if the market's slow, as well as, we answer questions. You see our charts live. You work with us, and so I'll give levels as well. So my strategy is a little bit different than Hugh's, at least. I say I look at the charts or trade naked. Don't worry, it's not what it sounds like, but I don't have any indicators on my charts. So on some of my charts, on my other main charts, I have all the basic indicators plus volume that I've been using really well recently with the 1 minute chart. So I give levels throughout the day and towards the end of the session, and the option come up. If you do want to trade later than the trading room, if you do want to continue on your own, after 10:30 or 11 o'clock, depending on what day we end, you have the opportunity to do so with confidence. So the value that you're getting by joining the trading room and coming on board with us is really high, and the cost is, some of the lowest I've seen, out there. So it's really we give the most value, and we're there for you, and we do our best to help you with any issues that you might have in your trading results.
Absolutely. Got another question here from Steve. How do you track your results from a track record basis from your trading room results? Well, we use spreadsheets. As a matter of fact, we do have a track record that goes back quite a ways. And if you want to, I guess if you email customer service at DayTradeSPY asking for our track record and last while, whatever, I'm sure they'll send you something on that. We've got hundreds of trades in there, and we do very well, Steve. We do very, very well. Our losses are, I don't know. I don't take the losses easy anymore, and I don't think Aaron does either. So, we tend not to have losses too much anymore. Now, not to say we never do. We are human, and every now and then I had a loss the other day, and I said, I just don't like this trade. I'm out of it. So I took a small loss or whatever, and I just don't like where this is going. So it's not to say that we'll never take a loss, but I don't take losses very, very, very well. So now sometimes I'll be in a losing position and I will repair the trade. So we have a segment on repairing trades. We teach you how to repair trades as well. And that's all part of the lessons as well. We actually have a course. I don't think I don't think they took the course offline yet, Aaron. Let me just pull this up. So what's happened here is this. We actually had a course several weeks ago. And if I understand correctly, it still might be up on the website for those of you who want to go get the replay on this course. As a matter of fact, okay, let me just pull this up here. Oh my gosh. Okay. As I understood it, they're supposed to take this off, Aaron, but it looks like it's still there. If you go to the website, DayTradeSPY.com, up here at the top, it says Ultimate Training Workshop. Click on that. Just click on this, see if it comes up. Is it done now? Okay, so if you're interested in receiving the 10 recordings of the workshop, click here to learn more. Let me see if it's still open. And I'm not sure if it's still, oh, you know what? I think it is. So it gives you more information. And by the way, this workshop, we cover everything. Everything we do is on here. All right. Introduction. If you've never traded options, you don't even know what they are, we got you covered here. Money management, building confidence, the mental aspects of trading, support, resistance, the Greeks, then our strategies, scalping, OMG, Aaron's 1 + 1 = 3 strategy, repairing trades. It's all there. And guess what? The price is still, what's the price here, Aaron? Oh, they still have it on sale for $9.95. $9.95. You'll get 11 different courses, the 10 courses plus the Q&A right there. If you want to go to the website, you can still pick this up for under $1,000. All right. It wasn't all that long ago. This course was going for $3,500. $3,500. All you have to do, folks, go to the website, DayTradeSPY.com, go under Ultimate Training Workshop, follow that through. You can still pick this up, all of the training that we had. But you know what? If you don't want to spend that much, but you want to get into the trading room, that's the place to be. $6.99 for 3 months. I can't think of a better thing to do than this, and that's an awesome thing here. Michael V has got a comment here. Hey guys, it's a no-brainer. Make your money back in 2-3 days, and it's fun. And they are comedians. Yeah, we have fun. Thanks for that, Mike. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, we're gonna call it a night now, folks. Because I already kept you long enough. Aaron, thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Aaron. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care, guys.
Good evening, everybody.
You're the one, shine brighter than the moon and the sun. Be great at what you do, give it all of you, and trust the process and keep your eyes on the prize. I can tell you what I'm seeing, you can have